Hey there, welcome back to my channel. This is Linda Wilson coming to you today. And I had mentioned in one of my videos recently that I was going to talk about some things relating to spirituality. And I'm really happy to do that because that's one of my big joys in life is my personal spiritual relationship. No, I'm not going to try and convert you to something. Well, that's not quite true. I'm going to encourage you towards something. Here are four basics to remember about your spiritual journey. If you don't feel like you're on one, then maybe you'll find that when you move abroad, you would like to have one. It's a very delightful, pleasant, encouraging experience to develop your spiritual life abroad or anywhere else for that matter. So, the four basics. One, for church people, where is your church? Okay. I don't know what church you're in. I don't know if you're used to temple or church. I don't know if you're Protestant or Catholic. I don't know if you go every time the doors open, if you're Jewish and you go to temple or whatever. I don't know what you do. Or maybe you're Muslim and you pray 5 times a day. I don't know what you do for your spiritual life, but I know this, that most likely, if you're from the United States or Canada, you are probably going to find it difficult to find, what's the good word? Like a place of worship that fits you real well. Okay. And I don't think people think about that too much before they move abroad. But anyway, the first basics is to pay attention because there may not be a house of faith or a church of faith or a synagogue or whatever, a mosque. There may not be that where you're going. How will you handle that? So, one of the basics is research about your spiritual journey is to research what's going to be available where you're going. Okay? Very important. Is you're already going to be lonely because you don't speak the language. That's already going to be a factor. So if you find a church there too, unless it's a big enough area where there are a lot of English speaking people that are your faith, you're not going to find it because they don't have churches in English very much over in foreign countries abroad from the United States. Okay. And number two, you will either be driven to deepen your spiritual life or you'll just toss it and say, I'm not going to, I don't care anymore. And I think that's very sad. I think it's sad when you come to the place where things are they're so nothing and you know nothing about what to do for it yourself. If you've always been a person who takes their spiritual food, gets their spiritual tank filled in a group setting of a church or a synagogue or a mosque or wherever you go, or the women's Bible study or whatever, if that's how you've always gotten your spiritual food and your spiritual encouragement, and you don't have a tremendous time yourself, by yourself, you will go through some real culture shock when you move abroad. Okay? Things are not the same. And even if there are those things in that country, they most likely won't be in English. They'll be in the language of that country. I know that's true here in Uruguay. I don't even Uruguay is a non-religious country, so I'm not saying that people don't have faith here. They do, but they do it differently here, and there are not lots of churches or synagogues or mosques or anything else. There are some. There are some. In fact, there's a Pentecostal church right in downtown Pediapolis, but it's all in Spanish. All. Okay? So that's the second thing. You will either be driven to deepen your spiritual life or not. Okay? Because if you give up, then you'll be missing out on one of the greatest joys of your life. That's my opinion. Of course, that's my opinion. Number three, resources are always available online. Use them. Okay? Resources are always available online. I can't even begin to go through it. But if you have a certain direction that you want your faith practice to be done, you can find it online. And that's not the same as being in a group of people. But remember, you're going to be in a country where you don't speak the language and where expats come from all different walks of life. Now, in a country like Mexico, maybe Brazil, maybe Brazil in Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, those places probably have an English speaking group of people that have a church of some sort, maybe more than one. Those are the two places I think you might have them. Maybe in Buenos Aires, maybe I don't know of any big group in Uruguay because we're such a tiny country anyway, and we have so much nature and stuff. I don't know that there's any. I don't know what's here. I don't. I'm not a church person, so I don't hunt them down. I am a very spiritual person, and I have some very good and delightful spiritual practices. But going to church is not one of them. And I do speak Spanish, and I do speak Portuguese. My Spanish is coming along. Let's say I speak some Spanish. How's that? That's honest. I speak some Spanish. So, and the fourth one is you can find practices that will work for you. Okay, that bring you peace, that bring you joy, a sense of connection with source or source energy or God or Jesus or higher power, whoever you call that, that is greater than us, that from whom we with whom we are part, and that can fill our lives with joy and peace. And there are some suggestions I have immediately if you're already on the way to abroad, you're living or working or moving abroad. Walk in nature. Go out and take walks in nature. Yeah, that's. But if you live in a big city, that's going to be hard, but it's not impossible because if you're in Latin America, in general, the larger cities in Latin America all have absolutely fantastic parks. Another one, if you live near it, go to the beach and simply be there. Excuse me. Watch the waves, listen to the sound, close your eyes, and be transported to beyond yourself and be one with the ocean. Not in the ocean, just one with it spiritually. Okay, another thing, you can meditate or simply sit in silence. It's our noisy world, it's our activity world that keeps us moving all the time and makes it very hard to be still. I'm very hyperactive person. I'm a very active, hyperactive person, and it's hard for me to sit still. Okay, so sometimes I sit here like this, so it probably drives you guys nuts. But just sitting still. One of the people that we one of the people that we enjoy that's on YouTube is Suzanne Giesman, and she has something called a sip of the divine. And she has a little practice that she does, and it takes 3 minutes, and it's wonderful. I think I have to get permission to share that with you, but you can look it up online. A sip of the divine, and you'll find it. It's just wonderful. Okay. Oh, another thing that you can do is you can actually do meditation, right? You can actually meditate if you know how. That's a big help. You can find people online that can lead you in meditation too. That's also great. You can play singing bowls if you have one. We don't have our singing bowls here with us, so it's really funny. I bought this really nice stainless steel bowl, to just the right size, about like this, like this. And if you tap it with a rubber handled or a heavy plastic handle, just tap. It rings beautifully, and it always reminds us of our singing bowls. So sometimes I just take it out and go bang like that, and it's really nice. It's fun. And another thing is that you can listen to guided meditations. There are many guided meditations online, And you just have to find the ones that move you. Not all of them will. Colette Baron Reed has them. Oh my goodness, Esther Hicks has them. They're online. They're online, and you can just turn them on. There's all sorts. I'll get another list that's better that gives a lot of different places where you can get guided meditations. Medications, yeah. Oh, it's medication for the soul. So those are the four basics: finding your church, being driven to be deeply spiritual and involve and evolve your spiritual life. Know that resources are always available online for all different kinds of things, and then find some practices for yourself that are meaningful, that bring you joy, that bring you peace, that you look forward to. We do several things here in our own household, and it's really great. Um, but soon, uh, my partner and I here, my spouse actually, we're going to be offering some things, including guided meditation and oracle cards and readings and hypnotherapy and relationship coaching. We'll be doing some of those, including those things, on this channel as well. Maybe we'll have to end up separating the channels off and just do one on that. Maybe that's too, we might do that. We have a program called Relationships Alive, and it's about all different kinds of relationships that are healthy and good and wholesome for us, and how those relationships can be strengthened and bring us even more joy than we already have. Okay, I hope you have subscribed so you can always be notified when another video comes out. I'm so happy to be able to do this and to share with you so that someplace you can get some information that will be useful, I hope, and that will be helpful to you as you either consider moving abroad or you have moved abroad, and so that you don't feel so alone with what you're going through. Okay, take care. Nice to see you all. Thanks a lot.